This is not going to be like my normal videos. Instead, this is going to be a video on the history of my channel so far. It was late 2014. Christmas was over, and a new year was on the horizon. My best friend, who I'm just going to call Deacon, told me that I should make a YouTube channel. The idea had been floating around my mind for a while before he asked me, but I did not know if I could do it. But I decided that I would, and on January 1st, 2015, I uploaded a shoddy video about World of Warships. The immediate issues I had with making videos was the quality. Not only was I using what can be described as an office laptop, but because it was so underpowered that the graphics were incredibly low. Not to mention that it was barely running 20 FPS. To add insult to injury, I was using my iPhone 6 to record the screen, which I had propped up on some books right in front of me. To say that you could be living in 2009 and see no difference in the videos I was uploading was not a good sign. I tried with what I had, however, eventually switching to a recording software called OBS, which I am sure everybody uses nowadays. However, the video quality only got worse, with the FPS going down due to the limitations of my laptop. However, on Christmas Day of 2015, that changed. I got a brand new Omen gaming laptop, along with a good mouse and a set of high-quality gaming headphones. Now, this system was upgraded in 2017 with the addition of a cooling pad and an external hard drive, and a mouse pad with a bump on it to prevent carpal tunnel, but that was 2 years from now. As soon as I got back, I downloaded everything I needed, changed the quality, and got to work on my new videos. 2016 was a pretty dull year for me. I had become a World of Warships YouTuber basically, only uploading WoW's content and maybe War Thunder content and also World of Tanks content, but apart from that, it was only World of Warships. The issue was that I may have uploaded almost on a daily basis, but I was barely getting nothing out of it. For each video I was uploading, they were maybe 20 minutes long to an hour long, and yet I was only getting 17, or if I was lucky, 50 views per video. Now that may not sound bad for someone who was starting out, but this went on for the whole year. It was also in 2016 that Hearts of Iron 4 was released, and when I came back from summer, I was playing it and uploading videos of it onto my channel. Now, I tried to balance between World of Warships content and Hearts of Iron content, but I lacked in some places. This kept going for the rest of the year. 2017 was much less interesting of a year, and is the beginning point for when my channel exploded in views, and then quickly fell back into stagnation. At the start of 2017, I kept uploading the same content as before, but I was changing to content based around reviews of certain ships in World of Warships, rather than just gameplay videos. Not only that, but I started making cinematic videos for War Thunder. However, these videos made little bit of traction, and I was woefully unsatisfied in the end. Somewhere in the middle of 2017, a new game came out called Cold Waters, which was a Cold War RTS game where you could control a nuclear submarine against Soviet forces in the North Atlantic. The game has been updated with new content since then, but at the time, this was all that was available. The first video I did on it was basically telling people to buy the game because it's great. But after I uploaded a video of the 1968 campaign, it skyrocketed to almost 4,000 views. I was happy. Finally, one of my videos had become popular. Sort of. But then I started reading the comments, and I began to question if I was doing the right thing. Some people were telling me a story of how their father or grandfather served on the Skipjack class of submarine, and some were saying good things. Like, oh, this is a great video. Nice one, dude. Ah, man, it's really good. Others, however, weren't what I would call nice. Some of them were deliberately attacking me on the fact that I was sniffing a lot in the video, calling me a kid because of it, or telling me that I was doing things wrong, like using active sonar in a US submarine. Now, I will admit, I was sniffing a lot in the video, and that was because, at the time, I was a little bit sick. Just a little bit. Calling me a kid wasn't exactly wrong or true because I was 16 at the time, but I at least tried to show that I was knowledgeable in what I was doing. Now about using active sonar in a US submarine. I know that during the Cold War we never did this, we being the United States, but I think that those people who were criticizing me over something like that need to take a step back. This is a video game, not a perfect representation of actual submarine warfare, but it's close to a pretty damn good one. Not only that, but the 1968 campaign is probably the hardest campaign in the game, due to the fact that the armaments you are given are incredibly lacking in their capabilities to destroy enemy submarines and even ships. However, I will say this. Some of the comments on that video were just what I was asking for. Constructive criticism. These comments came from the few people who could tell I was not doing things by the book, but understanding that this was just a video game. My response to some of these comments and commenters that were going against me was to just delete them, and make some people who said the worst things muted so they could not comment on my videos. But apart from that, I started to look at what I was doing in a different light. I uploaded the next video to the 1968 campaign, which gained, at the moment, 1,000 views. But I took a step back and tried to figure out what the future of my channel would be. Of course, I would keep uploading videos afterwards, mostly more War Thunder cinematics and some WoW's content, but I stopped doing it regularly. It was nearing the end of the year when I began working on what I think is, at the moment, the best video I ever made. On January 22nd, I uploaded the War Plan Red video. It would break down and expose the multiple different plans and possibilities that each of the 3 most important nations in the scenario could do: Canada, the United Kingdom, and the United States. And I expected this video to get at least 1,000 or 500 views in its lifetime. However, in the opening week, I only got 100 views, and after that the number trickled upward slowly to 386 views. I was disappointed. I had put far more time into this video than any other video prior to it, and yet the payout was incredibly low. After that, a few months later, I uploaded 2 videos, a War Thunder video that I made out of anger for what had happened in the game that I was currently in, and a video on Hearts of Iron 4, which I deleted due to it failing to render correctly. And it is at this point where I began to delete all of my older videos, the less desired ones. In total, I had 28,000 views before I began to delete my videos, but after that, I had barely 8,000. I was working on a new Country Ball video just before summer had started. It was going to be about Alaska in the modern world and its impact. However, that video is stuck. It has a script, it has some starting images, but I currently do not have the motivation to continue drawing due to the failure of the War Plan Red video. Why would I put so much time into producing a video when the payout is going to be so low? I did what some content creators have done, walked away for a bit and blamed the system was against them. YouTube is anything but merciful. It rarely ever makes the videos of startup content creators known, forcing the people who are looking for a specific topic to actually find the video that said content creator has made. To my knowledge, this has been happening for years, and from what I've seen, it showed that I don't have a chance to make it big, as you could say. But then again, I was never trying to make it big. At the start of 2018, I was looking just to make informational videos on topics that no massive channel had ever covered, and to do them in decent detail at least. But due to lack of motivation, YouTube being YouTube, and the amount of time it would take to make these videos, I practically gave up. Not to mention that I wasn't offering any high quality video either. My informational videos for Alaska is just panels, no animations or anything like that, just panels of still images. Now you could argue that there is nothing wrong with that. Brain for Breakfast has been doing that spectacularly well, along with feature history and extra credits, to name a few. But the difference between me and all of them is that they have their own style, monetary backing, and either a team of artists and researchers or have a lot of spare time to make said videos. Another part of my issue is that I'm in high school. During this whole time of making my videos from 2015 forward, I was in high school, so that decreased my time even further. Not to mention, junior year was incredibly difficult to get through, without trying to punch a hole in a wall or break some fingers. But now I'm a senior, so I should have more time to make videos, right? Well, I have always had time to make videos, but I have spent that time instead on playing video games, writing books, drawing country balls for people who ask for them, and joining the United States Navy. So now, not only do I have limited time to make any more videos, but my procrastination has made it much harder to do this, not to mention, I want to spend as much time with my friends as I can before I leave for an unspecified amount of time. So that's it. That's the history of my YouTube channel so far. Currently, I have 178 subs, which makes me wonder how many of them will even care to watch this video. I do have a plan to re-upload that Hoi 4 video I mentioned earlier that I deleted, because when I opened Sony Vegas this morning, it was still there. So now I have the chance to upload it correctly and figure out what happened. I forgot to mention that I did stream over the summer on Twitch, but I stopped after a while. I don't know why, but I feel like it was for the same reasons as before. Not enough viewers, and not enough motivation. Maybe I will stream some spooky game for October. I mean, I do have both Amnesia games and Outlast, along with any other game I can find. I might finish that Alaska video, if I can get any help from my friends who are good at art. If I have anything else to say, it is that if you like history, especially communist history, which I know some of you are immediately running for the hills, you should go subscribe to my friend Remy, because he has made, and I think is still making, videos on the history of communist nations that have existed, mostly during Stalin's period, of course. His channel has done better than mine ever has, and I feel like I had some influence on his work ever since I began talking to him. Apart from that, thank you for watching. Use of certain ships in World of Warships rather than just gameplay video? No. Okay. If I have anything else to say, it is that if you like history, especially communist history, God fucking damn it, Belter.